At first I was thinking we would get super breakbeaty, you know, it could be like, now that I got this plugged in, I'm like, you know what? We might need to chill. Hello, welcome back. I have no idea what I want to get into today. Sometimes you just don't know. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna pull up a sound, start playing. Let's grab something from my preset pack for Ableton's analog called Ambi Electronic. Let's see, I'm gonna use one of the keys. Like this one, it's called Incandescent. Nice, yeah, I like this one. It's a little C minor 9 action. This is a great voicing for C minor 9. That would be the notes stacked from the bottom, the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, and the 9. You move the 3 up here. Now you got... It's nice, but the very top two notes are right next to one another by one semitone, which is nice, but it gives it that little crunchiness. Not looking for that crunchiness, so I'm gonna reposition this 5th G up an octave as well. Now we've got, and now there's some distance between the top note and the other notes, and now that crunchiness just lives within the chord. Like that. Nice, yeah. So now I'm just going from C minor 9, same voicing, down to B flat minor 9. So everything just drops down 2 semitones. Maybe I'll even add the one in between, but not right now. Here's what I'm gonna do to spice it up, is I'm gonna keep the G from C minor 9, the 5th of the chord. I'm gonna keep that note as the top note of the B flat minor 9. Normally it would be the F, if we kept that same voicing. I'm gonna swap that F for G. Gives it a little lift. Here's what it sounds like keeping that G while moving between the two chords. Nice, I'm liking that already. That's giving me a vibe there. That feels natural over the B flat minor, going on G, and then going A flat F. Then it could go down to D. Can't stay on D when it moves to the B flat chord. Can't stay on D because then that becomes the major 7th of B flat. And now it becomes, we need it to be minor. So it could go down, but that feels a little overt, a little too clear of a chromatic shift. So instead, I'll move that D note up to E flat, because now that E flat is in the B flat minor scale. It's the 11th. And it's also the minor third of the C chord. So it's kind of equally copacetic in both the C minor world and the B flat Dorian world. So now we've got kind of a 2-part situation here of the melody, a call and a response, a question and answer. There we go. Now that's a melody. I like it going. I like that syncopation. Maybe that's the rhythm, the core of the idea. Something like this. Yeah. Okay. Let's clean that up. Have those go right up to the bar here. We need this to duplicate because we're already having that melody at the end go on the offbeat. That can't be the way it is the first go around because they all start on the beat. So now we need to duplicate it out just to allow for that rhythmic variation to happen. You can see there it's on the offbeat, but the first go around, it's going to be awkward. We're going to miss that note. It's kind of a common dilemma. Now this is going to extend all the way over to this. And same thing here. This needs to be earlier. We're always looking for places to synchronize the melody and the chords. The more they can be in tandem, really the better. If we want it to be the proper phrase length where it comes back onto G on the beat here, what could we do? Maybe we could go... Let's do that. And now this is A flat, which now gets us back to the beginning of the loop on G on the beat. The question is, what should the groove be? Because that's what's gonna let us know what the bass can do. The bass is pretty wide open. We could go like... There I'm just cycling through the notes of the scale. So that's the root, making sure the bass hits the root, and then jumping up to the ninth by way of the fifth, G, up to the ninth, D, which also, by the way, is all a fifth apart. G is a fifth from C, and D is a fifth from G. So that's two perfect fifths on top of one another. And it just sounds like, I don't know, like columns or like monoliths or skyscrapers or something. It's just really feels like something leaping, and especially with a sound like that so effortlessly up this kind of this stack of notes is really satisfying to me. And then now we're going up to the E flat, which is part of that C minor chord at the time, and then right back to D, and then back through the seventh, the fifth, the root as the last note before we switch to the next chord, which is B flat. Now we could do a similar thing, but at that point it starts to feel a little predictable. So maybe like... maybe it goes up to the... here it is. We keep going with more fifths. B flat to F, a fifth above, so same as we did on the first chord, C minor, to then C. And now, remember, what was our melody note? G. So we can jump up another fifth and have the bass land on G, like this. I like that. And let's also pull up a bass track. I'm just not in a sound design mood today, so we'll go back to my preset pack and we'll pick a bass. Let's see, I like this one. It's called Nod, as in head nod. It's pretty beefy. It's pretty dang beefy. In fact, one of the macro presets is called beefy. Let's experiment. Like that. But now the bass line's doing an arc where it reaches all the way up and actually synchronizes with the melody. And then winds its way back down. We'll go with that. So now the chords and the melody, let's see, where did they not quite line up? Let's check it out. Right here, tempo go down. Feels like this needs to be here, and we just need to lose that note. Let's see. Yeah, let's switch it out for a different keyboard sound. Maybe one that's way more mellow. This one, called Candlelight, also from my preset pack, is really nice, but not on that preset. Let's try No Glide. There we go. I think this matches the what the music is saying a little bit more. See what I mean by that drum sound? It's super, I guess not technically lo-fi, but nothing fancy going on there, but it's just doing its job. You know what I mean? It's not trying to be the best drum sound ever made. It's just being a nice solid rim click. How about a hi-hat? Let's see. I mean, they say less is more. At first I was thinking we would get super breakbeaty, you know, it could be like, Tony Williams or something. But now that I got this plugged in, I'm like, you know what? We might need to chill. The sun's setting right now. We might have to land this bird. Let's go with this. Let's use some of the Groove Pool presets and try to dial in an MPC preset. I've done this before on kind of a jazz house track, and it turned out kind of nice. When everything's on the grid, sometimes it's a nice move. So let's check it out. Let's go to the Groove Pool and let's check out MPC. Eighth note swing means that it's going to nudge the eighth notes in between each quarter note, and the 16th note swing means that it'll leave the eighth notes where they are and nudge the 16th notes between each of those. So you can think of it as like the magnification on which the swing or the groove is going to operate. Actually, you know what? We'll go with 61. It's so slow, I think we can get away with a little more. By adding it to every track, it kind of simulates the way that a band would play with the exact same groove. You know, sometimes they grind against one another, the bass player, the drummer, the keyboard player, but in general, when a band feels really solid together, when they're what could be described as being tight or in the pocket or locked in or any of these kinds of colloquial terms, what it really means is that they're all playing to a very similar, if not at moments, in magical moments, identical kind of groove or swing amount or profile or whatever you would want to call it. I don't even want to call it a swing preset or anything like that, because that's very much the technological kind of facsimile of what is something that is very organic, very human, and very beautiful, which is when humans play together, this happens kind of organically. No one plays in a metronomic sense. In fact, when was a metronome even invented? How did we measure being correct in a rhythmic sense prior to that? Kind of an interesting question when you think about it, because is our very notion of being on beat or off beat even just a byproduct of having invented a tool that can impose a sense of that timing perfection on us? And beforehand, before the invention of that measuring device, were we just kind of in a wonderful land of just feeling things and connecting in terms of musical rhythm? Just a thought. Let's add a lead. Let's see. Let's try one called... let's try this one called Turquoise. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you found something cool, heard something cool, learned something cool. Hope you left a little more cool. If you like these sounds, you know where you can find them. You can find the link down below to my preset pack, Ambi Electronic. Didn't mean to, but made a tune using all of those sounds today. Came out a couple months ago, so I think I needed a couple months to reset my ears, because now using them I felt really fresh about it. Anyway, I post the full-length video of this session and the rest of these sessions, as well as some other fun things like project files, samples, MIDI, the whole deal, to my Patreon. If you want to go join us there, we'd love to have you. You have a great one.